Many of us routinely use 40-meter antenna for 15-meter, which works as third harmonic. But how many of us have used 30-meter antenna for 10-meter? I have not used it personally. Yet I have been able to compile the experience of 4 hams who have successfully used it. When VU3 CEDK mentioned to me that he is planning to reduce the length of his 40-meter antenna to a length corresponding to that of 30-meter and try that for 10-meter, I wondered why he should try that. It is quite easy to make a 10-meter antenna, and I am using a combination of 40 10-meter antenna to work on 40, 15 and 10-meter bands. Anyway, his report of using it was really an eye-opener for me. He calculated the wire length for 28.4 MHz and worked backwards for the third harmonic in 30-meter band and arrived at a length of around 7.9 meter. He adjusted the 40-meter dipole antenna to get this length by folding the wire. He could get SWR of around 1.5 and power output of 4.5 watt with his microbitex QRP radio. With that setup, he could have a QSO with VU3 JXF from Kolkata, which was around 1600 km from his QTH in Mumbai, and got 5, 6 to 7 report. That was an excellent performance of a QRP radio on SSB working on third harmonic of 30-meter antenna. He could hear VU3 JXF with 5 and 9 report. He could also hear HS0ZPX very strong on that antenna. On another day, he could hear YC2 DBW, VU2 DSI and 9K2 GR also well. Looking at his success, I thought of posting it on QRSet forum and getting the opinion of the larger ham radio fraternity out there. Though I had presumed that nobody would have tried that earlier, as getting a 10-meter antenna up is quite simple, there were a few who have used 30-meter antenna for 10-meter for quite some time. WB2WIK responded thus: resonates when the 30-meter antenna is tuned a bit below 10 MHz, but it still works even if it isn't. KB9GHN had another option. I use a 44-foot vertical doublet antenna, 22 feet each side, almost a quarter wave each side for 30 meters, and about 5 by 8 wave on 10 meters. Works well. The latest response by M0AGP was even more interesting. I have a fan dipole that includes both 30 and 10 meter. The result is that I have an SWR dip on the lower part of the 10 meter band from the 10 meter dipole, and also an SWR dip in the higher part of the band from 30 meter dipole. The result is I can operate across the entire band without a tuner. I also use the 30 meter dipole on 6 meter, where I worked DXCC in 3 years, including Japan, China and Australia. I never expected that to happen. I have no other 6-meter antenna. These wonderful observations from our ham radio fraternity should help us work more bands even with lesser number of antennas. In many locations, there are a lot of restrictions for the number of antennas which you can have. Even I have that problem with very limited space for multiple antennas, and tuner is a costly option in this region.